Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Thank you for listening to USB. Thank you for joining me here today. One quick second, just going to share this to the socials, and then hopefully we can get going right away. I was almost spot on with my timing. It almost worked out really well. Um, but hey, nonetheless, it is what it is. Thank you for joining us. A few orders of business here. We've got First of all, like I said, I want to thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. But if you like the intro music, they are a local Tooele County band uh, called Twisted Access. And yes, I have permission from the lead singer to use their song. Okay, so you can download their music from everywhere, as far as I know. But if you like it, give them a follow and keep an eye out for future shows. Again, their uh, their band is called Twisted Axis. And last order of business is I will be redoing the leader post. I got some feedback and there were some valid concerns about it. So I'm going to be redoing those. So be on the lookout for those. I do apologize about that. The phrasing, it just created a misunderstanding. So I do apologize. But as for what we got going on today, all right. So as the year ends, we're going to continue to cover as many things as we can, and I'm trying to get as many interviews as I can to keep things going, and as many as I can accomplish. Seasons may end, but parents will tell you if you have an athlete, it never really ends. It never does. And if you have more than one athlete, it does not end. So with that, our guest today, she stood out from her team, especially when it came to batting. She's a junior, so we are likely to see even more growth in the coming season. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our guest, Tooele softball catcher number 3, Hunter Culley. How you doing, young lady?
Good. How are you?
Oh,
Good. How are you?
sorry, I didn't. I think I messed up the computer. I apologize. No, I'm doing great. Thank you for being with us. I greatly appreciate it. You were guest number 2 on our live episode stuff here. So thank you for being guinea pig number 2 because that's pretty much what we're doing here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Hunter Culley. I play softball for SoCal Athletics and the Tooele High School. I am the vice president for my FFA chapter, and I just like hanging out with my friends and family and just kind of doing whatever.
Just kind of doing whatever, huh? Like nothing in particular. Do you like skydive,
Yeah, like
bungee cord? Like what do you do?
yeah, I'll do anything. I'll like whatever me and my friends do. Like I'm down for pretty much anything. So
But that's not always a bad thing, but definitely be careful about the anything aspect of that. Okay, so you guys started a little rough this year, but you ended up doing pretty well. You finished 12 and 15 overall, and you went 9 and 3 in region. You guys really did well in region play. Take us through those initial hurdles and what you did as a team to rally back from that.
The initial hurdles we faced were just really not knowing each other very well, and like there's just no communication, and everyone was just like tied around each other, and like we just were very like unfamiliar with each other. We also were like very fairly like young team. We had no seniors. Me and the other juniors were the only upperclassmen we had. Um, so what we did to like rally back and really come together was spending more time with each other and like getting into our rhythm.
Was that time spent, on the field, or were you just spending more time in general trying to get a better understanding of each other?
Yeah, it was a lot of practice time. We had team dinners every week, so one of the players on the team would host a night where our families would make dinner for our whole team and we'd spend time together like that and just hanging outside of games and practices and really just spending time with each other as like a softball family.
So, I mean, so you're saying you guys didn't have, the juniors were pretty much your upperclassmen in this case, right? So did you feel a sense of like kind of responsibility of any kind, or what did you personally do to kind of overcome some of your own internal initial letdowns?
Yeah, I for sure felt more like responsibility. Like I was in charge of a lot of time of a lot of different things on the team. Um, and really just like overcoming is I just worked harder myself and like spare time and tried to get to know everyone as best I could and like trying to make a bond with everyone together.
Fantastic. Sounds like you did a really good job too, because like I said, you guys did come back and have a pretty good overall season, and like I said, especially in region. So, um, kudos to you guys for being able to figure that out and bounce back. So you individually, you were at the top of a lot of the stat lines in several categories for your team. Fielding percentage, you were 0.984, batting average of 0.466. You tied for hits with 34. You led the team in RBIs with 35. You led in doubles with 8. You led in triples with 3, and you led in home runs with 7. How proud of yourself are you of that stat line?
I worked hard, um, and I'm proud of myself, but I stay humble and still put my head down and work because you can always do better, and I plan on doing
Sure.
better next year. So,
Well, I mean, either way, to be at the top in that many categories, I mean, I do hope you're truly proud of yourself because that definitely showcases your work. Um, so definitely don't take it too lightly, but I do respect you being humble about it. I think that's very important. So good job on that. So your team makes it to regionals, and you guys
mm,
face Snow Canyon, who earlier in the year they beat you guys 11-5. But you guys bounced back and sweep them 18-2 in the first game and 12-2 in the second game. What was it that helped your team bounce back from that, and how great was that for you guys?
I think what helped us again is everyone getting on the same page and knowing each other better and like being more in rhythm and like being more of a family. Also, really wanting to win and not letting the fact that they beat us before get in our heads. Because some people are like, oh, they beat us before, like we're just not going to win, because they already did it once. But we really just came out and saying, you know what, we're just gonna go for it.
Sounds like it worked out because again you guys bounced back pretty solid there, and you know I think there was probably some people that would have thought you were going to lose that one too, just because of the way that first game went. So great job there. I don't know if you guys felt like an underdog. Did you guys feel like an underdog at all?
Um, yeah, a little bit more so than probably they did, because they probably thought, oh yeah, we're gonna come out and kill these guys. But
So a question that I didn't pre-send you that I thought about afterwards. Um, we like to cover a lot of inter-county, matchup games here, and you guys didn't fare so hot in that, but you guys played a heck of a game against Stansbury. At least the first matchup, I was there for that one, and that was I gotta say that was one of the best games I got to see overall. Like both teams just going back and forth. It was a great game. How much do you guys look forward to that stuff, or is it just kind of? I mean, I know Stansbury's in your region, but Grantsville's not really in your region. So, do you guys look forward to that stuff? Does it create a sense of I don't know, like competitive factor in you guys? It's a little bit different, or is it just is it just another game out there?
oh, we get really hyped about it the whole week, all of practice. We're yelling and screaming. We're like all hyped up, getting prepared. We all love those games. And like rivalry games are probably our favorite games. And even if we lose them or if we win them, we're still really hyped about it the whole week.
I mean, is it like throwing darts at pictures on a dartboard, or how hyped are we talking?
Well, we don't do that. We're just like probably like every 5 minutes. We're like, yeah, this is for Stansbury game. Like this is what we're working for the whole week, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna go kill them, and like we're just like getting ourselves like hyped up and being like, yeah, like we got this.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely, I think those days of the dartboard with pictures, I think that's a little past. But again, though, that Stansbury game that you guys played, like I said, I was at that one, and that was a heck of a game for both of your teams. You guys went to extra innings in that one. It was a really, really good game. So I was just curious how you guys perceived that. And hopefully we'll be able to get a Stansbury player on to ask the same question, but nonetheless, just curious. So we all have those that inspire us, right? And who's been your biggest inspiration throughout your time playing softball?
Well, in the softball world, Jen Schro would have to be my biggest inspiration, but in total, in like my life, it would definitely have to be my dad.
Why is that?
He's just like shown me how to work hard. He's always been there for me, made sure I've gone to all my softball stuff,
He's wasted a
and
lot
got
of
me where I am.
gas. He's wasted a lot of
Yeah,
gas, is what you're saying.
for sure, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because you know what? I respect him for that because I have a daughter of my own and I have two sons and it's the same thing. So I know he's just as thrilled. He's probably more excited than he probably lets on, or maybe he wears it on his sleeve. I don't know. But either way, that's pretty awesome. So the first person you named, who was that again? I'm sorry.
She is a catching coach. She lives in California and
Okay.
she played for UCLA.
Okay.
She's a nationally ranked catcher and she puts on catching retreats. She's helped me become one of the best human beings and catcher I can possibly be. She's really cool. I love her and she's just the best.
Well, that's fantastic, and that's where your other team said you're heading out to California next week, if I recall correctly from our previous conversation, and you're heading out there for a summer league. Is that correct?
We drive back and forth. Yeah, but pretty much I basically live down there, basically year round, other than high school season. I drive back and forth for practices and tournaments all year round.
Oh wow, that's quite the mileage on the cars. I hope your parents got
Yeah.
some good warranties going on. Okay, so we'll get back to the season here. Um, So I personally think that the things that don't show up on the stat line can be some of the most important aspects of an athlete in a lot of ways. Who would you say from your team is a player that is irreplaceable, regardless of what the stats say, and why?
I think Dakota Sky Gallagher because she's just such a hard worker and an amazing athlete, and she always gets the job done no matter what. She's such a good teammate, and I love her to death.
There it is. There it is. So, what game so far, or tournament of games, has meant the most to you this year, or throughout your entire time playing with Twilla?
For sure, the last game in the series against Snow Canyon, because one of my best friends, Emma, had just passed away, and I had to go to her funeral that morning. And she
Oh,
helped me hit the grand slam to win the game. And it was a really tough time, but she really helped me just get through that game and be there for my teammates.
yeah, no, those emotions, man, they make for some memorable moments, and unfortunately, there's always a bit of sadness along with it. So it's good to have some positive to persevere through that with. So you move into super regionals. You guys face Desert Hills, and you ladies lose both of those games. What was it about that team in particular, that was so difficult to overcome, and what did you guys learn as a team after that loss?
Well, to be honest, they are just a really good team. I think we learned as a team that we can overcome better teams like them if we come together and really want to win. I think since we knew they were a good team, we let up in a little bit, but if we're going 100%, I think we can do better for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. All it takes is one game, right?
Yep.
So I like to keep an eye out for up and coming greatness, or just up and coming athletes that have something special. I think it's important for us to do as a community to keep supporting these programs and these athletes. Who would you say we need to keep an eye out for in the coming season or seasons?
Definitely Olivia Nelson. She is an amazing athlete in person and works really hard. She works outside of practice and games and stuff, and she plays all year round. So I think she has great potential.
All right. Say it again one more time. You said Olivia Nelson, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Uh, I'm a single man operation here, so I got to invest in some better headphones, I think.
Yeah.
But um, okay, so I'm going to preference this because I kind of caught myself in a weird spot in the first interview. All right, I am not looking for you to say anything negative about your team. I'm not looking for dirt. Okay, that's not what we do here. That's something for the barstool pages to do. Okay, what is something you think would benefit your team as a whole, or just something that you think, if implemented, would be extremely beneficial for your team moving into the future, and maybe even after you're gone?
I think what would help us is more communication on and off the field, and just in general being good teammates and picking each other up. Also getting like quality reps outside of season and practice just on your own.
Okay. Do you potentially have an idea of how you guys might achieve that, or is that still just kind of like a work in progress, just something you think would be beneficial?
For sure, just like for communication wise, just like really practicing and like emphasizing like we're going to communicate on this. Like even just extra talking is better than no talking. And like just quality reps outside of season, just keeping everyone accountable and being like, hey, like make sure like you're hitting and like pitching and fielding, like doing whatever, just practicing in general outside of the team, and maybe like getting together with a few girls and going to practice on your own and stuff.
There it is. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like you've got your head in the right position. Maybe just fine tune some of them details, and I think you guys might be onto something.
Yeah.
I truly believe that it's important for the people within the organizations to showcase those things. Not in a negative way, but just to try to make the program better for, like I said, even after you're gone. You know what I mean? So thank you for answering that
Yeah.
question. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course.
So are you looking to continue with softball after high school, or are you just kind of using it to maybe try to get to high school? Like what's the game, or excuse me, get to college, or what's the plan there?
Yes, I am. I'm actually committed to Salt Lake Community College. And then after that, I also plan on continuing after Slick to a bigger D1, but I'm not sure where that is yet.
Okay. You don't have any ideas of where you're trying to go? Just know you want to go to a bigger
Well, I
one, or
have,
what?
yeah, I definitely for sure have like dream schools, but yeah, that's still a lot farther down the road, and you never know what might happen.
Give us one of those dream schools. Maybe we can go light a bonfire on their front yard or something.
I really like Utah State,
That's close. We can do
or
that for
Cal
sure.
Baptist is good. Yeah, Utah State's just around the corner. But yeah, Cal Baptist, I'd love to go there. Like any big D1, if they called my name, I'd be down, to be honest.
Well, of course. I mean, I think that's every athlete, but I mean,
Yeah.
where does Hunter Culley want to be?
Um, Oklahoma State's probably been the biggest dream school for me, for sure.
There you go. Keep your eyes on that prize. Don't lose that one. So
Yeah.
what do you plan to go to school for, though? I mean, I'm not an expert, but as far as I know, you can't like major in softball.
Yeah. I want to go into forensic sciences. So basically, it's in the criminal justice field.
Sure. Did your parents binge watch CSI while you were a little kid?
No, but I grew up on
Okay.
Cops. Every night we would watch Cops, and at the age of 4, I would be singing Bad Boys.
Well, yeah, so did everybody else. We all watched the Will Smith movie. All right. That's cool. So forensic science, and is there a specific part of it that really stands out to you? Is it like the chemistry, the biology, the mathematics? What is it?
I don't know. I've always just been drawn to just criminal law in general, and I just think that like all of the cool like gadgets and stuff in the laboratories is sick, and just like really like uncovering what really happened is just the coolest part about it.
Okay. Okay. Well, as we wrap this up, I seen one of your graphics from your Twitter, um, and I realized that I didn't really have very good fielding stats for you of any kind. So, being as I'm not a statistician for baseball by any means, okay,
Mm.
walk us through kind of some of your big accomplishments outside of the batter's box.
Um, Last year for high school, I threw a bunch of runners out at second. I don't remember my exact stats for that. I don't look at my stats too much, for being honest.
That's
Um,
fair.
for fielding, for hitting I do. But yeah, and just like accounting for my team, just really like trusting everyone too. But
Well, according to the graphic that you had up there, I'll just go ahead and read it off if you don't mind.
mhm.
It says Tooele High School 2025 Lady Buffs junior season. And at the bottom of it, because it's got all the stats that we kind of covered already, um, but at the bottom of it, it says you had four walk-off hits, one walk-off grand slam, and 12 caught stealing. How you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about it.
Too, I would too. That is pretty impressive. Well, listen, we wish you nothing but the best, especially safe travels heading to your California uh, team and what you're going to do over there. Safe travels for sure. We wish you nothing but the best in that. I want to thank you seriously for being a part of this and helping me to fine tune this process because, like I asked you about the future, I'm trying to improve it for the future as well. And I appreciate you being a part of that. Is there anything else that you would like to add or let the people know about you before we wrap this up?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for doing this. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, can't wait to see what you do next year. Can't wait to see what you come back and do. So it's going to be entertaining, I'm sure. And yeah, you can only go up, right?
All right. Yep. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day. Okay.
You as well.
All right. Bye.
All right.
All right, folks. That wraps it up. That was Hunter Culley, number three, a catcher for Tooele softball. Um, Seriously, big shout out to her. Thank you for being on. That's the second live interview that we've had. I do have some more that I'm trying to work through, and I want to get some of the other sports involved as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did or didn't. I'm always open to feedback to be better. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, guys, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.